graphing linear functions. So we're going to get an equation, a situation. Here the situation is a car is moving at 15 meters per second. The distance traveled is measured in meters and the time is in t. This is the equation. Does it make sense? If it's traveling 15 meters per second, in 1 second it will go 15 meters. How far will it go in 2 seconds?
Hostia. Es 30.
It is 30.
Yay.
Right? Because every second it goes 15 more. So 3 would be 45. 4 would be 60. How many spaces? Oh, we got 2 more. 5 would be 75. And 6 would be 90. We always put our independent in the first column, and that always matches up on the x-axis. And the dependent distance will be here. So the time is in seconds. So we're going to go, well, we've got, you can choose the spacing. Often people do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One space, one thing. But if you wanted to spread it out and make them every 2, you could do that as well. Now,
are we on this page?
Let me know if you need anything.
for my distance, I'm going to go by 5s. So 5, 10, 15, 20, but I'm just going to label every other one, and I'm going to see which ones I can graph here. So when drawing your graph, again, the first one's along your x-axis, that's time. The second one, distance, is on your y-axis. You need to create a scale, and it needs to be spaced out equally. Yes.
Can't we just graph it by tens?
You could go by 10 starting at the bottom and then it would go up higher. That would be perfectly fine as well. I just chose this. Some problems that are going to happen in my graph is I'm not going to get up, right? I'd have to actually extend it to get up to 90, right? My graph doesn't get up to 90 even though we have a point at 90. So then how do we graph these points? When time is 1, distance is 15, so I need to go to time 1, and I need to go up to 15 and draw that dot. Can you see in that dot that the time is 1, but the distance is 15? So it has both of those things combined in there. Sometimes we label those points, and I'll label this one. We label the x-axis first, so the 1 first, and then the y-axis second, so the 15 second. That point is 1, 15. I need to label the point 2, 30. So I go to time 2. And I need to go all the way up to 30. I'll draw a dot right there. That would be the point 2, 30. My x value, my time value is 2. My distance value is 30. For 3, I need to go up to 45. For 4, I need to go all the way up to 60. For 5, I need to go up to 75. And for 6, I would need to go up to 90, which is way off my graph because of the scale I chose. So sometimes choosing your scale can make a big difference in what shows up in your graph and what doesn't. Can you see it would not have made sense on my distance to go by 1s? Because I would have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I wouldn't have been able to label a bunch of my points. So we have to sort of analyze our chart, our table of values, and then create an appropriate scale. Do you notice that those dots line up nicely in a straight line? How far do you think you would go in 3.5 seconds? So I could look at my graph and I could interpolate 3.5. I could go right in between here and then go straight across and say, ooh, that looks like 52.5 as my distance. And what was my distance? Time was in seconds. Sometimes we include a unit here to say time is in seconds, distance was in meters. So what we're finding out here is that a lot of the equations we're going to do are going to make straight lines. This is very common for a lot of things. The most common straight line graph that you guys will experience is when you get your first job. Because you're going to get paid $16 an hour. You work 1 hour, you make $16. You make 2 hours, $32. 3 hours, $48. And if you graph it, it will make a straight line. Just like this one. But this would be like, if we change this to money, this is like getting $15 an hour, depending on how many hours you work. But in this question, it was distance. And approximately how far has the car traveled in 1 minute? Okay, so we have our equation that the distance was 15t.
Sergio, here we go with that.
We draw the graph, yes, yeah, hopefully you were paying
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah. Una pregunta, ¿usted recomienda que cuando trabajemos gastemos lo menos mínimo y cuando ya tengamos $10,000 en guardado podamos gastar un poco de eso?
That's what I was thinking.
We'll talk about, we're done the finance unit, we'll focus on this stuff now. Okay,
What does mean no problem?
una pregunta, a question. I have a question.
You're always saying that.
He's always saying tengo una pregunta.
Yes, if there's.
Pregunta. Okay, so we have this equation. We want to find out how far. Are we, when it says how far, do you think they're trying to find the D or the T? We're trying to find the D. So I need to put a number in for the T. What is my number going to be that I'm going to put in? It says in 1 minute. Should I put in 1 for the T? Close, but no.
Oh wait, no.
Because T was measured in
Seconds.
seconds.
0.
So how many seconds
Oh.
60.
is 60? So we're gonna plug in, hopefully. Oh my. Here we go. We're gonna plug in a 60.
Oh yay, it's perfect.
Investigar qué le pasó. Se está desconectando.
And the distance will be, how's our mental math feeling today? 15 times 60?
Okay, so this is like is 900.
I think 900. But you could use a calculator. So it will travel 900 meters in the first minute.
What percentage? Is that a lot?
Oh, you're right.
Is that a lot? Have you ever been in, have you ever done track and field for school? Have you ever run the 100
I hate
meters?
it.
No.
Have you ever seen the track outside? You know how much is around the whole track in a school?
100 meters?
Around a whole track is usually 400 meters. So this is like going around the track on the football field just over 2 times 900 meters. Do you think a car could do that in a minute?
Not as good as your
Yeah.
computer, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Do you think you should drive a car on the track at the
Like,
school?
like.
If so when it's nicer weather, could I possibly
I like
ride
doing
my
it.
bike here and just ride it?
Aren't you
You could.
Okay.
I think you would. As long as there's people not walking on there, then they might get mad.
Move your feet.
I don't really know meters, so.
Here's our formula. They gave us the formula, they gave us the equation. This is the relationship that makes a straight line. How long? So if the question says how long, what do we want to find out? We wanna
Just
find
put
out the
like- yeah,
time.
figure
I
out the
can't see
time that you-
Do we know the distance? Can we put a number in for the distance?
150.
We can put 150 in for the distance. Now the question is, how do we get this time? 15 times something is 150?
Divide both by.
We can divide both sides by 15.
I gave you a
This you
pizza. Why
could
you being
type
like
into
this?
your calculator,
Okay.
or you could do a mental math.
We're
and
never gonna
include the
be
units.
reading.
It will be 10 seconds. Guess what? We're going to finish our booklet, I think, today. And I'm going to put up here that we're going to have a quiz on this
Oh hell no.
Yay. On Thursday.
Oh.
Mr. I already have a test on Thursday. What?
You always
Yo.
Do another one.
That's all right. It's
Can
not
I
like
just do it on Friday?
no,
Miss GR,
because last time we tried that, it never worked for like a month.
Miss GR, Miss GR. Una pregunta, ¿eso es para la siguiente semana o en esta?
Esta semana.
¿Y será corto o será muy largo?
Yeah.
Bro, I like this word.
Okay, here we go. Next
Dice
question.
Mr. GR, it's so easy.
Determine the equation given the graph. The water depths at Great Slave Lake in Northwest Territories were measured and the following graph was produced.
Are we gonna get a practice quiz or something?
What's that?
Are we gonna get like a practice quiz?
Maybe. I'll give you some review.
We have a quiz Thursday.
A quiz on Thursday. So what we do when we have the graph here is we are going to have to make a table of values to figure out our equation. And we're going to have to estimate some of these numbers here. So we're gonna put in, we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to have to estimate where these values are. I will give you one when we get to the test. I will give you one that is easier to see the dots than this one is. But here we go. So, for one, I think it's about 3.8. And then 2, 7.6. And then at 3, I think it looks like, no, at 3 it's above.
¿Cómo sacó su Miss GR? Wait,
No.
that's already great.
I don't know if it's, yeah, maybe that's a little bit hot. Let me just check again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3.6. Actually, looks more like it. And then 7.2, 10.8. 4 looks to be about. Or 4 looks right at
It's
14.
loading. God.
This is, I'm maybe make my, I'm trying to make my math work nicely for you guys.
I wouldn't change my score.
I tried to make the math work out. If it's a straight line, you have to add the same amount every time.
Just move there to when it goes so bad.
I don't know if that works out nicely or not. That works out nicely in the graph, but I'm not sure if it matches up with the equation.
No, I can't.
Miss
Just the
GR,
issue with one of the questions.
GR.
Yeah.
That is so good.
I gave it one that's, the graph is hard to tell because it goes to
No,
decimals.
okay, I just like.
¿Cuál
I
es
went
el
plus
último?
3.6, but it might be 3.5.
Yeah.
Once you have this though, whatever your amount is, that becomes, or they use depth as H. 3.6 times, and they use B for distance.
After we're done with the quiz, are we done with this unit?
We're done with this, like this is sort of like a mini unit that I connect to the next unit. So we're just gonna have a quiz for this unit, this booklet, and then we're gonna start our next unit, which has more solving equations, which is a really important unit for grade 9 moving forward. So once we've got our formula, how far from the shore is the water? Is the water 21 meters deep? So I want to find, I know that the depth is 21, the H is the depth of the lake, 21, and I need to find the distance, so I'd go 3.6 times D. The opposite of multiplying by 3.6 is dividing by 3.6, so we go to our calculator.
Miss Chia,
21 divided by 3.6, and I get 5.83. What was our units? Distance from the shore, did it say our units originally? No, it didn't give us any units, so we don't have to write any units down.
It's just
Miss Chia, una pregunta, ¿y cuál es el número 6?
No había.
Pero puede ser 21 o
Puede,
12.
pero
Because I have
¿qué?
but you can't say 4 and you are not and she allowed me to
Here is our
like
next one.
no.
We're going to graph horizontal and vertical lines.
No.
just move your head and keep over.
Okay, this way. Okay.
Bro. Don't slap me. You're so bad. Why is yours 6?
It stays the same.
Our second.
So if it always stayed 6, then I'm gonna draw this in 2 different colors. I'm gonna do this one for you guys in green.
Why you put 6?
So on the graph, it says 0 is at 6, 1 is at 6, 2 is at 6, 3 is at 6, 4 is at 6.
It's not the devil's fault.
So I'll do this on green. 0 was at 6, 1 was at 6, 2 was at 6, 3 was at 6, 4 was at 6,
Okay, I'm called
5 was at 6. Did I go up to
6
5?
call number.
No, I didn't go up to
6
5.
7 6 9.
Wait, Mr. Jiro, why is it 6? I don't get it.
Is it linear?
I'm just drawing it. Does this make a straight line?
Yeah.
What's special about this straight line?
Just work it on this one.
The same now.
Straight.
It's a devil's phone number.
It's horizontal.
Horizontal.
6 6 6 is like
Flat line.
You can
So-
call-
If the y values don't change, you make a straight line that's horizontal. Let's graph the next one. The next one, they're all at 1.5. I'm gonna do this one in purple.
Everyone else has it on.
At 1.5, the height is 1. At 1.5, the height is 2. At 1.5, the height is 3. So at 1.5, the height was 1. At 1.5, the height was 2. It was at 3. It was at 4. It was at 5. Do you see that the purple ones make a vertical straight line?
What this is?
For horizontal straight lines, we write the equation and just say that the y values are always 6. Did you notice that the second number was always 6? And did not matter what the first number was. And the vertical one, we can say that our x values were always 1.5. They never changed. So this is how we write the equation of vertical lines and horizontal ones. Questions?
No, you know that like that will turn into something like
There you go.
it's just like
Is
Yes.
this gonna be in our quiz?
You are then.
This is going to be on your quiz? Yes. The whole booklet is
Nathan,
on your quiz.
Nathan,
I mean,
I give you dance for help.
yeah, Yeah.
So
Like,
it
you don't-
asks
no, like, you
to
don't
write
think
the
you
equation of
can-
each graph. I did that on there.
So that's
Yeah.
on TikTok where it's like
But
EA.
here, I
Yep.
have like you were behind Matthew or something. I
Yeah,
couldn't see
because
the
like she pushing me every 2 seconds.
Yes.
And she's like, it's always annoying. It's like, bad.
It's just not annoying. Actually, don't. I'm
Describe a
perfectly.
situation for the green graph. So the green graph was the horizontal one
Which one are you doing? That wasn't the fun thing, bro.
at y equals 6.
Can you move? I can't see.
Okay.
Can you go behind Matthew or somewhere? I can't see.
There we go. Here's a situation
If you
for the
drag
first
him,
one.
Mr.
The horizontal line.
Let's go. Let's get out.
A person stands still 6 meters away from the tree. How far are they away from the tree after 3 seconds? If they're standing still? 6 meters. How far would they be after 10 seconds? 6 meters. 6 meters. They're always 6 meters away from the tree because they're standing still. That would be a situation for the horizontal one.
Mr. Chair, is this the same? Like as we measure velocity and acceleration in science?
This is very similar to that. Yeah, we do this in science. They draw straight lines as well. Okay. The purple one. The purple one was the x value is equal to 1.5.
You okay, Igor?
No, it's actually true.
Yeah.
They just all decided
Why
to
Able is mine?
At time 1.5 seconds.
Why ugly is smiling? I don't know.
Yes,
what it means.
mine. It does.
He said you're smiling. Yeah, Mr. Shirk, it's not even that bad. It's just Phil. Not really.
I have dry eyes condition, so my eyes are super.
Look,
Are you
yo,
crying 'cause you-
look, actually,
Because you cut your beard. It's fine.
No, he is true.
no,
It's
Mr.
okay to not be
It's
okay.
true.
Mr. Shirk,
It's
just
okay.
Mr. Shirk, just get jawline, like perfect jawline, and that's it. Like, because you're like, you look like, I don't even know, like,
Sure.
Bro,
For sure.
you look like
Yeah,
Barry
it's
from
fair.
Minecraft
Tell
or
them with
something.
confidence.
Like, you know, doing how, like,
I didn't say it.
That not-
Somebody else said it. I just played the theme song.
Conductor comes in. Conductor comes in.
Now I've got Caillou, I've got.
For sure.
you kind of look like Andrew Tate. I'm not gonna lie.
For
yeah,
sure.
just get
And
jaw.
you
think-
Look at, like, yo, get jawline. That's it, bro. Like, actually,
Like just this.
yeah.